video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 things I hate about my Corvette. Yes, I hate. Most of these things are just little things, but occasionally they do get on my nerves. But yeah, 5 things I hate about my Corvette. And let's get into it. Alright guys, so one of the first things I hate about my car is the negative attention. Most of the time I get a lot of positive attention with this car. Occasionally I do get some negative attention. For example, when I first got this car when I was 16 in high school, within the first 3 days of owning it and parking it in the parking lot at my high school, a group of kids decided to throw the school supply of ranch at it. Now, originally I wasn't too mad about this until I got closer and looked at the fender and realized that they had in fact scratched it. That wasn't a very fun story, but I got over it until it happened again about a week later, where another kid decided to throw a piece of gum at it. Now that's just a little thing, it's not a big deal. But then it kept happening week after week where kids would throw trash, coffee cups, milkshakes, whatever they could, just in order to, I don't know, try and make me mad or something, I don't know. But that's not the only thing. A lot of the times while I'm driving this car just for fun, I occasionally get flipped off or get flipped the bird, you know. And I have no idea why. I mean, I get that, yeah, it's loud, yeah, it's fast, yeah, it's low, it's long, it's black, yada, 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 it's a sports car, I'm a teenager driving a sports car. But I still do not think that most people have the right to just target me, I don't know. But that's fine, I mean, I don't let people ruin my day like that. But then I get the occasional Subaru, Hyundai, Genesis, a bunch of those people like to race me for, I don't know, whatever reason, and I don't know, I get a kick out of it. I think it's pretty funny, especially Dodge owners. Dodge owners just love to try and race me. There's a few Hellcats that have tried to race me, and Challenger TAs, Charger SRTs, and I don't know, sometimes it just gets annoying. Alright guys, another thing that I hate about my car is that it is low. I have a aftermarket Z06 style bumper on this car that was made to fit the base model. And yeah, this is my own doing, but still, even at stock height, this car is pretty low. And speed bumps and driveways, steep driveways, especially going downtown in my city here, there's a bunch of intersections that are big humps or driveways that are, you know, 45 degrees or steep inclines that I have to go out sideways. So when I first got this car and when I put the bumper on it, it was a pain to say the least, having to slow down 5 miles an hour and have to go over speed bumps or driveways. Again, it's not really a big deal, it's just another kind of small thing that it's a little nuisance sometimes when you're trying to get it somewhere in a hurry. It gets in the way, but again, it's not a big deal, especially when you get to do fun things and drive fast like this. This car is that it's the upkeep, not necessarily maintenance, because, you know, brakes, it's pretty long interval, oil and all that. It's a pretty long interval between maintenance checks on this car. But being that I like cars and I enjoy driving them, it's always kind of a little frustrating when there's a chip in the paint or you know, fingerprints on the cars, window smears, water spots when you're washing the car. This applies to every car. I'm not saying that it's just my car, but like I said, every car has its type of maintenance and upkeep, and you want to keep, personally, I keep all of my cars nice, and I like to keep them clean. But like as I was saying, it's just kind of another little thing. It's not hard to fix. You just gotta keep it clean all the time, and be real meticulous about how you clean it. But it's just, when you see a dirty sports car driving the road, it doesn't sit well with me. So like I said, I like to keep the car clean. But again, these are just little things. I can fix them easily, or it doesn't take much work. But if I had to choose some things that I don't like, that'd be one of the very little things that I don't like about this car. And one of the other things I don't really like about this car, this is kind of a common complaint for this generation of Corvette. On the C6 generation of the Corvette, the interior wasn't very nice. I know you probably heard that a million times from several Corvette owners and car reviewers about the Corvette's interior being cheap, plasticky, hard, it rattles and creaks and all that. But I kind of agree with them. Occasionally the creaks and rattles do come, and the roof does shake a little bit. Honestly, not too bad as what people were saying when I was researching this car, when I was getting ready to buy it. I've upgraded the head unit, so I have a navigation system. But my dad's car is a 2013 Audi, and it has a heads-up display. This is a 2005 Corvette. It has a heads-up display, so there are some things on this car that, yes, are lower quality, but it's a car and it has leather seats, and the interior, the dash isn't too bad. It's kind of soft to it. The steering wheel is kind of big. They did scrap the steering wheel for the 2006 model year. However, it's, like I said, you can't really complain when you're driving around a supercharged Corvette and putting a smile on your face every time you step on the gas. There are a couple of other design flaws that GM has had with this car than just the interior. For example, on the front bumper, where the headlight and the hood and the bumper meet, the bumper sticks up if you scrape your bumper on, let's say, a driveway, going back to how low this car is. So GM manufactures these little clips that the bumper clips onto, and they're made of plastic. So if you accidentally scrape going over a bump, or the intersections I talked about in my little town here, these clips will occasionally break and the bumper corners won't stay down. And it's not a big deal. It's not too noticeable unless you're up close to the car, but it's still one of GM's little design flaws. And one last other GM design flaw is the stock tires that came on this car, the Goodyear EMT Supercar, whatever they call them, sucked. I can't put it anymore. I can't really put it nicely. They sucked. In the rain, when I had this car stock with 400 horsepower, I couldn't step on the gas at anything below probably 55 miles an hour. Even in the dry, those tires stock, on a 50 to 60 degree day, I was able to spin the tires going 70 miles an hour down the highway when I was trying to pass someone. So, like I said, it's an easy fix. Just get a new set of tires. I got Michelin Pilot Sport AS3 Plus, so they're an all-season tire. But even with 700 plus horsepower at the crank and 580 horsepower at the wheels, on dry days like today, 80, 90 degree days, and obviously I can hook up pretty well. I can get the tire to spin a little bit, but it's much more predictable. It doesn't like to slide out sideways too much. And of course, I know people are going to be saying, well, you don't know how to drive if your car's sliding out. Yeah, it was within the first few months of getting the car, so obviously I was still learning the traction capabilities of this car. But even after I did learn the traction limits and capabilities of this car, it was still very unpredictable. Like, I didn't know when it was gonna downshift to the next gear. I have a 4-speed automatic transmission in this car. It obviously has a big torque jump between each gear, so I didn't know if it was gonna slide out sideways, like I said, between each gear because of the massive amount of torque difference complaints about this car is parts. When going to add performance parts to this car, I did some research and I was looking for the best parts, and I ended up going with the Corsa exhaust, like I've said in previous videos, and Magnuson Supercharger. The Supercharger didn't have this problem so much, but other parts like the exhaust and the intake generally were twice as much as other cars' performance parts. For example, we had a Mustang GT, and if you guys have been following for a little while, an exhaust for that car, let's say an X-Pipe for example, was $150. For this car, the Corvette, an X-Pipe is approximately $500 or $400. So as you can see, that's 2 to 3 times more than a Mustang costs, just because of the name Corvette, I assume. But of course, if you're going to go mod a car, you need money, and you want to go faster, you're going to need more money. So yeah, it's going to cost more to get performance cars, performance parts, but it's still more than other cars cost. But like I said, it's, I guess, a small complaint, and when you're getting 700 horsepower driving around a Corvette every day. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, don't give me too much hate in the comments. I know I'm driving around a Corvette and has a lot of power. It's a fun car and it's a fast car. These things I hate are just small little things that can easily be fixed, or things that you just can't let bother you, like the negative attention and stuff like that. But yeah, I love driving this car. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great car. It's fast. It's fun. It handles well. The things, like I said, I hate about it, it's just small little things that I can't really complain about when I'm getting a smile on my face when I step on the gas every time. So yeah, stay tuned for 5 things I love about this car. It's definitely going to be harder coming up with things for just 5 things for this car that I love about it, but yeah, it should be a fun video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Check out the other videos I've made. If you liked the video, please give this video a big thumbs up, and leave a comment as to what you want me to do next. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and until next time, peace.